getting an update in The Sims 4 today, and it's actually been pushed forward. I'm assuming it was meant to come out like a couple of days before the release of the expansion, but in the latest like quality of life roadmap, they said that they had pushed it forward. However, I don't think we're getting anything too interesting in that update. I think it will most likely just be a couple of bug fixes. They have already given us the laundry list, and this also isn't the start of them like doubling their efforts, just so you all know, because I know I might get comments being like, well, this doesn't feel any different from the last few updates and patches that we've had. They said that that is actually going to be starting in November, so I'm fairly sure they're gonna start to like work on that now, and then the first patch that will probably happen with the doubled efforts of this team who are like focusing on things that we upvote, which by the way, if you missed any of this information, it's all in the video that I recorded just the other day. I'll link it at the end of this one if you want to go check it out. But whilst I don't think that that update is going to contain a lot, I probably will go over like the patch notes with you all when they do decide to drop them, and I will just double check if anything is included. There is a big update coming on the 4th of November. I'm fairly sure that's when they said, and they said that that will have new content for like all players, obviously in a base game update. There is actually a new event starting soon, which I know a lot of you probably didn't want to hear, and I've seen a lot of simmers talking about this. I very much have my own thoughts and critiques on this event, so let's check it out together. Let's check out what we know. Now, I first noticed this when I was like checking out the news the other day. It came up with the Forever Friends event start soon. I accidentally exited out of this and then I couldn't find the page again, but they have officially posted about it. So we kind of have this image right here, which I'm fairly sure shows a couple of the rewards. For example, this onesie, this new like cuddly toy that you can speak to, an actual like picture frame, I'm fairly sure, with your kid and this like cuddly toy, this little, I'm assuming this is just a figurine or a nightlight, and also this memo board over here. I'm fairly sure those are the only things that I can currently see that are new, but there is a trailer which we are going to watch together. Let me just get me headphones out so it's not blowing off my eardrums or your eardrums. Maybe it's just a new photo frame actually. Oh, and I'm fairly sure this is a baked potato recipe. I genuinely thought they were hot cross buns at first when I first saw them. They're still very English. A new event is here. Earn free weekly rewards. Log in to get your Pixel, the friendly bear plushie. So this is just like a new like cuddly toy that kids can currently interact with in the game, like the dragon and the unicorn, etc. Then they have this little like memo board. I'm fairly sure you'll probably be able to put postcards on here, which is a collection that we have in the game. Kind of a new stack of friendship bracelets. What I think is a baked potato recipe from what I can see. The foil is giving baked potato. Again, I think this actually might just be a new picture frame, which I'm fairly sure like we have these. It's like an interactive. Oh, but they're not base game. They're actually part of, I think it's Moschino, the kind of digital photo frame is what that was included in. Then we have this top, which is just a straight rip of a spa day top, just in new colors. These are all week 2, by the way. A new pillow, which again, we do technically, I feel, already have this pillow in the game. It's just like a different texture. It's kind of that like fleecy, like I don't know, like a teddy fleece sort of thing. Week 3 is what I'm assuming is a little nightlight. These kind of hiking boots, which honestly don't look any better than the ones that we really have in Outdoor Retreat. A new pair of leggings. Week 4 is this kind of like play suit thingy-majig. A new trait for children, which this will be interesting to see. It feels like it could be to do with like imagination or something, so I'm excited to see what that is. Obviously the onesies based on Pixel, and then we always get like a collection with these, and this time around it's the magnet collectibles. So embark on a journey, ooh, that captures the magic of childhood. Why do I feel like I know that adventure awaits obviously like is to do with children. Like they've kind of shown that off. Forever Friends event September 23rd to November the 4th with a little asterisk. Sometimes they do extend them. So I'm imagining that's what the asterisk is about. It looks like this one you can actually put in your inventory, which I don't know if you can currently do that with the ones that we have, like the dragon and stuff that we have in base game. But this one is definitely coming like with us on all these adventures. It's like at the park with us. It's like in Brindleton Bay or like Willow Creek or maybe even Oasis Springs. I don't know. I can't remember where this like pier is. I know it's not usable. It's just kind of in the background. This looks like Outdoor Retreat or like Forgotten Grotto with the crystals in the back, obviously doing some, and then this is in front of the tree that we just saw. I know that they focused on children a lot in Adventure Awaits. Obviously, we've seen like rock, paper, scissors, we've seen hide and seek, the new climbing frame, etc., imaginary friends. It's very much to do with like childhood and like the imagination of childhood and like play. However, just it saying like the magic, I'm like, it feels as if these two events might have been switched around. Like the only thing that I feel was really giving fairy in the last event was the little like wings creator sim. And then in this one, it's just like, I know it's kind of giving generic like outdoorsy lifestyle, but just it saying the magic, it feels like the whole like year may have been switched around a little bit when it comes to how they were planning and like order they were planning of releasing, which the rumor is that Adventure Awaits is like the most expensive expansion they've ever made. So it makes sense that there may have potentially been a delay, and they were like, okay, well, Fairies is almost done, so let's push that forward, and then we'll hold off on releasing Adventure Awaits until it is like completely finished. So I wouldn't be shocked. I'm never shocked in game development if things have to move around. It's just kind of like how it falls into play, and I think that's maybe why they've held the like quarterly teaser roadmap like quite close to their chest this time around as well. Because things have shifted. Obviously, we're seeing that with the update today. She's just taking a selfie with it as well. And I don't think that you can do that. That is a digital photo frame. So it's one of the ones that flip through. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure that did come with Moschino. So it's like the first one that we'll be having in base game. And then, yeah, there's just loads of photos of them out and about. And clearly they are in that magic world. So it's kind of giving the essence of an imaginary friend, but obviously I don't think this one is going to be an imaginary friend. I think it's just going to work the same way that all the others do, except now you can like put it in your inventory and carry it around and maybe take like selfies with it. I just wish that they would go and like look at photography and like change how that works, because it's so annoying in the game. I've kind of gone over these already, but yeah, again, we have just for logging in, you get this little guy, and then you get the kind of like magnet notice board, which I'm fairly sure you can put these little magnets on. We have a little Yamachan from Snowy Escape, Realm of Magic portal, the Willow Creek like magic tree, the Dino, which is kind of the mascot of Oasis Springs, the Sulani volcano, and then also the little like fisherman who is the mascot of Brindleton Bay. I'm fairly sure there's like a couple of maybe statues like dedicated towards him. Kind of hope this works like a nightlight. I hope that it actually has an effect on the monster. I feel like whenever we get nightlights, they don't actually affect the monster under the bed. I'm fairly sure the only one that does affect the monster under the bed is the one that actually came with kids' room stuff, and I feel like they just need to give that to like all nightlights. I mean, these are nothing special. A lot of this is nothing special. We already have stacked bracelets like this. We literally have this vest top. That is where my biggest beef lies in this vest top, because it's a direct rip of the spa day one. Like, it's exactly the same. Again, this just kind of, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of giving like maybe not even outdoor retreat, maybe like eco lifestyle, but I feel like we have similar to this in the game already. And I saw someone say, great, exactly what we needed, just more feminine fashion, which is so true, because there isn't like much masculine going on here. Like, I know the shoes, and technically you'd be able to use any of these on masculine sims, but it just just feels like masculine sims are always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to create a sim. I literally say it all of the time. Even now when they're trying to like balance out how many assets, a lot of the time they just take the feminine create a sim and are like, oh, well, this also works on masculine, so like just give it to them as well. And that has definitely been a trend in like the last 4 years, kind of the exact same way of like, well, we won't really give children individual hairs anymore because we figured out how to resize adult hairs to work on them, so you can just have those, which I don't mind kids having like more hair, but I would still love it if we did actually get some hairstyles that felt kiddish and like they had done it themselves, or whoever did their hair was maybe just learning to do hair, like uneven bunches, etc, etc. I could go into depth. Yeah, it's not the most interesting event. It feels like you're just gonna do fetch quests to get to like the mystery of this little like fairy place, which again feels weird, the timing of it all. They don't actually give a look into what challenges we'll be getting up to. They just have the Forgotten Grotto, or not Forgotten Grotto, what the other one is called in Willow Creek. In other Sims news, there's also this that's popped up, which is simyouradventure.com. It feels like they've been going rogue with the PR for packs recently. But choose your adventure, give your sim a break from the everyday with an exciting new experience sure to recharge their plum bob. Check back daily to browse new experiences and find the perfect getaway. So first up we have Camp Bewilderness, which has this kid like hunting for butterflies. Have you seen this bird? Welcome to Soar. I can't figure out. RPS Rock Paper Scissors Championship. The Golden something Love coming soon. Lighthouse kayaking. So you have a kayak and all these jellyfish. Sea Buddy Scoop collections. They've been seeing me doing the all collections challenge. You, me. Let's go Giza gazing. The 5 stars athletic, like cycling full moon rising at Gibby Bay. They've really just full on used the werewolf pack front there, and then playathon, a kid climbing up. So let's click on Camp Wilderness. Gather around the campfire, come for the cute caterpillars, stay for the otherworldly counselors. At Camp Wilderness, kids can spend a formative week following curiosity wherever it may lead. So this is different because Camp Gibby Gibby is the one that is actually like shipping with the pack. Our team of counselors is a fun-loving group of werewolves. Okay. Vampires, mermaids, and fairies. Their supernatural talents have a way of helping kids connect with nature's magic. Whether it's turning into a bat or enchanting a plant, under their guidance, campers spend their days exploring the woods, studying local flora and fauna, and catching and raising butterflies. We've watched many friendship blossom as caterpillars get their wings. The hilarious thing is, kid occults actually don't have any powers. So this would be fun if they could teach them how to harness their powers, but they don't have powers, so what's the point? Come nightfall, it's time for campfire songs, s'mores, and spooky stories. But is it really all tall tales? Are those shifting shadows, sinister specters, supernatural sims, or new imaginary friends? Come to Camp the Wilderness and see for yourself. This venue was built by our talented creator, Danielle Builds. So these are the ones that they like kind of showed off in the trailer. Requires enchanted by nature? Question mark. Island living, werewolves, and vampires. Oh yeah, fairies, mermaids, werewolves. And didn't they say that you could save like custom venues to the gallery? So I'm fairly sure it will like maybe save the settings that you choose. I actually haven't downloaded any businesses off the gallery, so I can't remember if like all of that stuff saves from like business to business. Like probably not the employees. So maybe this won't actually include the employees. Maybe you'll have to like choose them, because not everyone at all times has like the Sims available. So maybe not. Maybe it'll just include like the activities and then you choose the staff yourself. Oh, they actually posted this at 11 p.m. my time, so maybe not 6 p.m. I'm just gonna politely wait and see when the update drops. I stand corrected. We did actually get a little bit of stuff with today's patch. So obviously, update prior to the launch of Adventure Awaits gives us time to address any issues quickly. So that makes me think that they are gonna maybe look at what's going wrong here, and then if things are happening after the release, they can patch them like quite early on into the release. We now have a playground venue. Let the kids play, which they have refused to do for many, many years. We don't even have Tig in the game. It's the perfect place to let little ones run wild. You'll find it visited primarily by other children and their chaperones, especially after school hours, making it the perfect place to make new friends, which is quite interesting. That makes me think that it's kind of a built-in lot trait that means that kids are more likely to spawn with adults. Unfortunately, they have used a photo of the new expansion, which I don't really know why they've done that considering it's not out yet. These are not part of base game. You do not get the customizable playgrounds in the base game update. That feels a little weird. Venue type filter in event planning UI, you now have a way to quickly narrow down to see only specific venue types whilst looking for in a checkbox dropdown. Very cute interaction to play pretend with either another child sim as a social interaction or as a self interaction. Can be accessed under friendly activities pie menu. Otherwise you can click on your active child sim and access play pretend. Include fairy castle, house, space explorer, pirate adventure, or play Island Castaway. Charming childhood imagination VFX that are thematic to the selection. I'm imagining they're similar to when you play on either the treehouse or when I think it's in Get Famous around the pond. You can interact with that and it can be like a pirate ship. There is a new beanie color, which I really wish that they would start splitting these up in between base game and the ones that originally came in the packs, because I always get confused when I'm doing like base game townie makeovers of which colors are in the base game. So we got like a new off-white. Tuned the Life and Death Souls journey, added satisfaction point rewards for each tier. Hopefully that means they've been nerfed, because honestly I think these pass like far too quickly. Merfolk babies finally have their own bassinet, which shocking that has taken this long. There's a memory boost that's available in early access in your other game options menu. Opt-in feature for Windows delivers performance improvements by optimizing memory usage, reducing lag, improving frame rates, and help prevent memory related crashes. That is interesting. I'm definitely gonna be playing with that over the next few weeks and see how it goes. Recovery saves created whilst memory boost is enabled will be tagged accordingly, and at least one original save without memory boost will always be preserved. Ugh, that makes me feel sick. Maybe I just back up all my saves before I turn that on. And then we are getting a new kit, which is an autumn apparel kit coming October 2025. I assume it's going to be towards the end of October, considering I don't really think they want to like Not that a kit would ever knock off an expansion pack, but I imagine they don't want it to overlap too much with like coverage and stuff. And then of course we did get a bunch of fixes. A lot of these are to do with like how things are tagged and like swatches. It kind of is going over the laundry list that we saw just a couple of days ago, but just to point out some of my favorites. So a sim writing a book can now resume it properly. I know that I was having so many issues with that. Will no longer always sit to drink water, which will stop them rooting around. I mean, I would have just preferred it if they had knocked out the wanting to drink water. Will no longer start from the beginning after loading, cooking and writing. Again, I was definitely struggling with that. Eyeglasses no longer look like sunglasses. I'm assuming some of them were just glitching, and skill cheats can now be used to lower the skill. Summon Privy Bush is available for vampire and fairy child sims. Weird that that wasn't working, but glad that they fixed it. I'm fairly sure it probably has to do with like vampires not needing to eat and like a crossover between fairies and vampires. Tenant events are no longer resolved as a failure after the property owner fixes what's needed. That has been an issue for me literally since For Rent came out. So very, very happy that that is being fixed. Unfortunately, no mention of the Grimborn and that changing genetics, but Soul's Journey progression no longer grants too many points, so they have actually nerfed that. In the world info, if you go on view lot types and then scroll down, why is it not showing the new one? There we go, playground. View lots of this type. I wonder if anyone's already uploaded. No, they have not. Or my gallery just maybe isn't working, which is surprising. I was expecting someone to maybe have just taken a park and uploaded it to test it. I guess we could maybe turn this beach into one. There's new requirements. We need 2 benches and then some playground equipment. We currently only have swings. Let's get some monkey bars. I don't know if this is super safe to be doing this all on a beach, but at least we've got benches now so that adults can keep an eye on them. Obviously we don't have slides. We don't have that like big old climbing frame yet that comes with the new pack. So I don't even know if we have 6 different like pieces of equipment. Let's try and squeeze one of these. Oh, a beach is absolutely not the place to be doing this. What if I just put the toddlers, what if I just made them go out into the sea on the dock? We can actually fully put this ball pit just here. I'm doing it. This is the new mermaid bassinet. It's so flipping cute. It's like a little open clamshell, and then also has some like starfish or like sand dollars around. Ooh, that one seems to be... What? Did they all look like that? Okay, I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's meant to be like a folded bed sheet kind of deal. But it's weird that these 2 don't have that and then all the others do. But it also has this little curtain with like shells and stars and little fish on dangling off the back. Not a massive fan of the color choices. I don't think this one's kind of giving Ariel, I guess. I would prefer maybe a few more color options, but they are pretty darn cute. And then on the child, why don't we go play pretend? Let's do pirate adventurer. So it is, yeah, extremely similar. I actually want to get the Get Famous pond. It's called the Exotic Water Garden. Let's put that there. And then also the tree house. Oh, I guess we'd have to build the tree house. So maybe I won't show the interaction on that. But he like pulls out a telescope and a little sword. And then let's do play fairy castle. They kind of have little butterflies and a little mushroom around them with a little tiara on. Very, very cute. I don't know when they can actually do it on here. Maybe it's when they get up their creativity skill is when they can like interact with this. I need that sail to go away. It's already annoying me. Then if we go on phone and social, we plan not a stay over. I am all over the place. Plan a social event. And then we go here. All lot types: residential, ancient ruins, art center, beach, cafe, center park. Oh my god, not Center Park's getting a shout out. They should pay for advertising, Sims. Chalet gardens, community space, island bluff, library, museum, park, playground, pool, recreation center. So those are all the options that are available if you have every single pack. But let's actually quickly travel on over to that playground and see if other kids are out and about over there. Let's see how many kids and their caretakers show up. Let's go play some pirate together. I also haven't changed any of the... Oh, the toddlers! Stop it! Oh my goodness. Evie, Delgato. Unfortunately not here with any other Delgato family member. We've also got Nani Kialoa over here. Yeah, weird that the kids are just popping up without their caretakers. Like, there are toddlers here that do not have parents with them. I mean, I do feel like kids spawn quite quickly on in parks anyway, because they do have assets like this that means that kids actually do play. But it is nice to see that they have a slight increased spawn rate. Ah, there we go. Makoa's over here now, and Nani is making her way over. Still not adult insight for Miss Evie Delgato. If we go to my game options and then go to... it said that it was meant to be under other and the memory boost early access, but I don't have it right now, which... There is actually an early access FAQ on the memory boost as well, which I will leave a link to in the description down below. And I'm just wondering if kids got that beanie. I don't think kids get the like updated get to work ones. They just have the regular standard get to work ones. They don't have the base game, which I think is weird considering it already exists for children. So let me actually place that on Kylie over here instead. It is now tagged as base game. I obviously have all the other ones that are available in get to work as well, but I'm fairly sure this is the new one. This is the most like off-white, because the gray I'm fairly sure is in get to work, and this beige is in get to work, and then this is the new one. So I actually quite like the color of this. It is just like a more beige, creamy off-white. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful. Obviously just going over the new things. Kind of surprising how much we actually got for the new stuff, but I always appreciate it, and I'm intrigued to know more about that memory boost. When I do test it out, I will actually probably do like a pinned comment or make a video of my experience with it. I haven't read the FAQs, so I'm not well versed in it just yet.